castle. All right, here we are starting our morning early in Kyoto, and we're here for sunrise at Kurama. Yeah? And so far it's really pretty. Like, this temple looks really good. There's tons of like red leaves around, but there's tons of people here already. It's definitely not like terrible yet, but each moment there's just more and more taxis coming up the hill. Yeah. So we were hoping to beat the crowd, but we'll see how it goes for now. But it's looking good, and we're just gonna catch the sunrise. So,
and we are here like early morning too. It's open at 6 and now it's 6:28.
Yeah, it's very early.
And people, it's a lot already.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But in this video, we're just gonna be like going around Kyoto and hopefully trying to find places that aren't super crowded, because what we were seeing yesterday was it was just packed everywhere you go. So we're gonna attempt to not be packed. It's 6:30. Alright, so that was a beautiful sunrise, and the view is like really impressive, but it's packed though. Like, to get a front row seat, you basically need to be the first ones up there, or just stand around behind everyone and wait for someone to leave and then just take their place. So it's not like the most peaceful place, but I still think the view is worth it though.
But it's still quiet. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It's not that loud.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, everyone was keeping pretty quiet, that's true. But we're going up to Kyoto Temple now. It's just right behind there. And then there is also an Easy Birth Pagoda, so we're just gonna go look around the other like places here before we leave. All right, so we're going up to that temple, and luckily we just started up the hike, and some guy just came down and he told us, he's like, oh yeah, it's closed up there for some holiday, so which sucks, but luckily we didn't have to walk up there and find out ourselves. So now we're about to just change plan and go to another place around here. So we're just down from Kurama Temple, and we're walking through this like old traditional village. I think it's called Higayoshima, and I know it's really popular. Everyone's here like taking pictures and stuff, but this early, everything is closed though. Like, it definitely would be better when everything's open, but as for right now, there's just nothing to do, so we're just walking through and looking at it. It is beautiful, but maybe come here later though, if you want to be able to eat and do stuff.
This is so good. The strawberry milk. And what's yours?
Mine's melon milk, and it's way better than the strawberry milk. That just tastes like strawberry yogurt, but not that sweet.
I like it.
Yeah, but this one's like super good. But we are like leaving. What was the name of that? Oh, we're leaving Kurama, and we're going to Fushimi Castle, just down the road. It was like a 28-minute drive from there, so yeah, we just had to get some breakfast because I was dying, and for some reason stuff doesn't open until like 11 o'clock here. So yeah, I think we're almost there now though. We just pulled up at Fushimi Castle, but look at that. No one.
So far.
Yay. Yay, happy now. Okay, so this castle is beautiful, but we just found out that it's been closed since 2003.
Yeah.
We're not exactly sure why they haven't reopened it though. It didn't really talk too much about that. But yeah, so I mean, you can come and walk around. There's a park around the area here that you can see. It is really pretty. I mean, it's definitely worth a look, and it's free to get in here, except for we had to pay for parking, but we aren't going to be here too long, so it's not going to be a lot. And at the last place we were, the parking there was only 400 yen for like 2 hours. So that's like incredible. But after this, we're going to go check out Byodin, which is another like 15 minutes from here. So it should be good. I think the next one is going to be crowded though. I'm pretty sure. So we'll find out. But this one though is definitely empty. So if you're trying to find somewhere without a lot of people, this is a good spot. I don't know why more people aren't here, to be honest, but
it's like a little park you can walk around. Like the local come here for, you know, walk their dogs or just taking a stroll, chilling out. Yeah, there's literally no one. It's super relaxing. So this is a good spot. But all the park and tree are well maintained, chill. Like you know, no grass. Yeah, it's not abandoned. Yeah, they're taking care of it still, so it's a nice place. The trash truck is so clean too.
Yeah, and it had a glass door that you could see inside of it too. That was weird.
I think because the trash here, they separate it and then put it in the bag.
Oh yeah.
Seal it and then you can throw it in the trash truck, you know?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So we just got here at Byodin. It doesn't look super busy so far though. I mean, there are a bunch of school students up there, but I was expecting it to be like, you know, packed, but so hopefully it won't be even any worse when we get in there. Okay, we're in Byodin now. So it is super beautiful. It's definitely a little crowded, but it's just seems to be mostly school students. Like they're all in their uniform. So, and we saw on the bus, it said Kansai. So we think they came up here from Osaka, maybe just as like a field trip or something. I mean, compared to Kurama, I would say it's less busy though. I mean, it's still quiet, you know, but the entrance fee was 1,400 for the both of us. So that's pretty expensive, pretty expensive. So we're just gonna go check out the rest of this garden and see. And I know there was another place in the middle that you had to pay another 300 each to get in. So yeah, I don't think we'll do that. But.
Yeah. Oh, big.
Yeah, there's some really big carp in here. They're massive. Yeah. And it is really beautiful. Yeah, they're so big. It's a type of carp, but it almost looks like a big goldfish.
All the fish facing this way.
Yeah, they're all facing this way. I think they think we're gonna feed them. Piao says they're getting ready to race.
Yeah.
They're gonna race each other. All right, so we just walked down to this park that's up by the river, right below Byodin Temple. It was, I think, just a 3 or 4 minute walk, but like first impressions of Byodin at first, we just walked around and it was a super short walk. And I was thinking like, okay, this is not really worth the amount of money we paid just because it was so little. But then we went into the museum, which is included with the ticket. And that made it worth it, I think, because the stuff that was in there was actually really cool. You can't film though. Like they said, no pictures, no video. But the stuff that was in there, the statues were almost 1,000 years old. So, I mean, they were all really cool looking, and it had pictures of inside the Phoenix Hall, which you did have to pay to get into. So I think with the museum, it did make it more worth it, but it was still a pretty short stop though.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think so.
Yeah. She agrees. Oh my god, these two don't like each other. We were looking, these birds, they're called cormorants. I know another name for them is called boobies though. They're called boobies, but they said that there's a fishing technique here and that they use these birds to help them catch fish. So that's pretty cool, and they said it's been used for like hundreds of years. So they just like take care of these birds year round, and then they use them to fish. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. They're a cool looking bird too. Oh my god. It's so juicy. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, so we got Hamburg steak here, and then on this side, we've just got steak, because she's been dying to get beef this entire time we've been here, so now she's got it. Alright, let's see. That's good. Still got some pink in the middle too. Alright, there you go. Still got some pink. It's good. It tastes like steak in America. It's like good quality steak, yeah.
Yeah, steak in Thailand.
It's because it's all imported. I swear, if they just used Thai beef, it would be better, but they all use imported stuff. So it's not fresh. I want to get a piece of some cheese in it. Yeah, it's good, right? There you go, that one's super cheesy. Oh yeah. It goes perfect with the cheese. Oh my god. The cheese is like super melty. It's not that salty. I think it's similar to like a mozzarella maybe. It tastes like that.
This is so good.
I'm about to just put this straight on it too. That's my favorite to go with it. Vegetables, you know. I'm just kidding. I actually like broccoli a lot. It was my favorite when I was a kid. But that's what you gotta do. Get some cheese on that potato. Oh yeah. Alright, we got some little desserts. Got pudding and like a ice cream sundae looking thing. Alright, we got sweet stuff. Little flakes are on it.
I just looked it up. I forgot.
It's really good. I always get these puddings from like Family Mart and 7-Eleven. Oh yeah, it's good as always. It's similar to like creme brulee, but it's closer to like a pudding, I think. All right, we finished eating at that place. It was really good, and they gave you a lot of food, but that was the highest priced meal we've had so far. Even more than the tuna and fish that we had, like this tuna sashimi thing we had in Kushimoto. It was even more expensive than that. It was like $40, 6,000 yen. So that was an expensive meal. But now we're headed back to the car and we're gonna go find somewhere else to go. Honestly, don't know where yet, but hopefully it won't be crowded. So we just decided to leave the city for a little, and we're drove up into the mountains around Kyoto now, and we're going up to Ryu Falls. So I know for a fact there's no people here because there's just that one little spot on the back, and now we're just walking along like a gravel road going up to it. So it should be good. It's gonna be peaceful. No big crowds, so let's see. So far though, it looks different than a lot of the forests we've been in. It almost reminds me of like California or Taiwan again. It's got that like cedar style trees that are just really tall, going all the way up. Look. Someone got a car over there, but all there is trees in the way. There's no bridge to get across. I don't know how they got a car over there. I'm genuinely confused. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we already passed the waterfall. It was that man-made one that we went to, or that we just went by. But now we're just continuing to keep going down this trail. We saw on the little signs that there's a lot of different ones here. It's not just this, and they continue off for a long way. One was going up the mountain, and then this one just keeps going back through this forest. So there's a lot to do back here near Ryu Falls. So right now we're just looking. It's super beautiful. But we're probably not gonna go through this whole path because it was like 4 kilometers long. So we're just gonna take a look a little more, and then we'll probably end up heading back into the city. But I'm still confused about how that car got over there because there's no bridge, there's no path, and even to where the car was, there's no like way to get there. All the trees were blocking it. You couldn't fit that car through there. So I'm confused, but yeah. And we were looking at these trees. It looks like some animal has been tearing them up. So I'm thinking it's probably a boar. But I mean, in America, bears do that. I don't think there's bears in Japan though. So I was wondering what it was. Maybe someone knows. Okay, we found it. So it was below the man-made one. You just have to go down some like stairs that are kind of hidden. And then it's down this way. It's pretty steep. Yeah, it's down here. Yeah, the path is a little sketchy. Okay, there's a rope to hold on to though, that's good. All right, we made it. So yeah, it is kind of blocked. So you have to go down that rope and then kind of like climb up on the rocks to see it a bit though. But they had that rope to help you up, so it's not that bad. But it is beautiful. So now we have to go up all those stairs though. So this is gonna be the hard part. So I always say it, but this is why you rent a car, because if you don't, you're not gonna get up here. There's gonna be so much places you're not gonna be able to see, because there's no, I mean, if there is a train, it's not gonna take you here. If there's a bus, it's not gonna take you up here. So you'd have to like pay a cab and then pray to God that the cab will come pick you back up like after you get to the end of the trail. So it is more money, it's more expensive, but in my opinion, it's always gonna be worth it. And here, the worst thing about the car, at least with our car, is just paying tolls. Like the gas, we've only filled up one time this whole time. And I don't know.
It's like 3,800 something. So it's pretty much like $40.
No, it was less than that. It was like, I think it was like just 3,000, I'm pretty sure. Like
3,800.
Was it? Okay, yeah. So yeah, it was like $20, and that was when we were down in Kushimoto, and we had a half tank then too. We didn't even like have an empty tank. We just did it because we had such a far way to go on the way back up. So yeah, renting a car is the way to go. I don't care. It's more expensive, but it pays for itself with all the things you're gonna get to see. And plus, taking the trains and bus, you're just gonna be stuck in the tourist areas, and you're not gonna get out here where you just have the entire area to yourself. We literally have not seen one person here. The only remnants of people was that abandoned car. Other than that, there's nobody here. It's just us. So it's perfect. So if you do come here, this is where you park, because anything else after this is gravel road. See, it just ends right up there. Turns to gravel. Entered Piao's heaven, the Daiso, filled with things you don't need, but you want. And we've entered my hell, standing around, looking at the same thing 7 times. Last stop. We're loading up on the stuff we like the most. This was my favorite chocolate we got. Got Don Quixote. Don Donkey. So we're at the mall in Kyoto, and we decided to get yakisoba again because it was so good. And there's the omotoyaki. Looking good. All gone again. It's all gone. Okay, so that otomiyaki and yakisoba, it was really good. It was. So that okonomiyaki and apparently I can't say it. Okay, you say okonomiyaki. It was good, and the yakisoba was good too. I mean, that was just down in the mall in Kyoto over there, Avanti. But the one we had in Nara, like Omitsu, that one just, I mean, I didn't think this one was gonna be as good, but yeah, that one in Nara was still like way better. So we got all our snacks and stuff because today, unfortunately, is our last day here. It's our last day in Japan. So we have to be at the airport tomorrow, or we have to drop the rental car off at 10 a.m. and then our flight leaves at 5. So after that, we actually have like a long layover in China. So we're hoping we'll be able to do something with that. But yeah, now we're just going back to the hotel. And I wanted to give like honest impressions of Kyoto. So out of all the places I've been in this week here, it goes Kushimoto and Wakayama are like number 1, and then Nara was number 2, and then Tokyo, and then Osaka, and then Kyoto was honestly my least favorite place we went. Like, I was a little disappointed. I mean, not to say everywhere we went was super beautiful. I will say like the temples here, they probably are the best ones in Japan, but the crowds are so expensive, or the crowds are so bad, and you have to pay to get into every temple, which was really expensive too. Whereas most of the other places we went were free. And like for shop and foods, it's mostly just houses here. You're walking around and it's mainly just houses. There's not a lot of like shops. There's just not that much to do, honestly, except for the big areas. Maybe because we didn't go to the center. I'm not sure if this is a center or not. This is the center. We're in the center right now, yeah. But yeah, I mean, maybe other people have a different opinion. I'm not even saying it was that bad. I still had a good time while I was here. But I honestly just expected like so much more out of it. So yeah, that's just my honest impressions of here. But I still had a good time. So we're going back to the hotel, and that's it for Japan, unfortunately. That's it. We're going back to China and then Malaysia for a night and then Thailand. So alright, well, if you like this video, hit the like button and slap the subscribe button and help us out. Bye.